should happen in the next new Samsung Galaxy S7. To be honest, I don't really have a problem with TouchWiz, but the one thing that really bugs me about it is just how it doesn't feel as fast and fluid as stock Android. So in this sense, we do need a specification bump, whether it be faster processor, more RAM, or just a faster flash storage, something to actually make sure that this feels just as responsive as its stock competitors. Next up, I want it to be next to no bezels. There literally is no need at all. I mean, it's just wasted space. As you've seen with the iPad Air, there is software tricks you can use to stop your thumbs accidentally touching the screen and that kind of thing. Those presses can be ignored. Now, if we actually created a bezel-less device, within the same frame as, for example, the Galaxy S6, we could fit in a 6+ inch display. Imagine the immersion of that. It would also be a pretty good step in making the phone look next-gen. A display that stretches all the way from one side to the other is just going to look incredible. So with the Samsung Galaxy S6, Samsung ditched two of the things which we really liked about the S5. Number one is microSD card support. You have to bring that back. That's absolutely vital. It allows people who don't want to splash out another £200 for the more expensive storage model to still get an adequate amount of space. On top of that, we really want to see that waterproofing again. That was something which made the S5 that kind of go-to, durable, smart piece of kit. Now, another idea that I had, and something which I think would be really great to see, and to be honest I've not really heard of this anywhere, but I don't see why it couldn't be done. The S7 should be able to dual boot Windows 10 as well as Android 5.3. So Android 5.3 will probably be the standard version by the time this thing is out, and Windows 10 will also be pretty mainstream. As well as being made for touchscreen devices, Windows 10 is made to actually use mobile operating system components, so it should be able to take good advantage of the S7's powerful mobile specifications, and should run fluidly, quickly, and intuitively. And the ability to maybe just flick a switch on the side of the S7 and just for it to instantly reboot and then boot back into the other operating system, I think that would be an awesome idea. You know, there's tons of things that we want to do on Windows that we just can't as of yet. And Android, being a sort of more developed mobile system, is obviously going to be more user-friendly, so people who aren't exactly used to the whole Windows thing can just stick to Android. I really want Samsung to keep that metal trim they've got on the side of the device. Now that they've actually gone to metal, and they've got really good reactions because of it, I doubt they'll actually go back to plastic, but nonetheless, this really should stay. Having said that though, the back is fine to be a plastic. I think actually a gripped matte finish plastic on the back of the device is the most acceptable form of sort of protection. Firstly, it'd be cheap to replace, secondly, it'd be lightweight, and thirdly, it would still feel nice and it wouldn't slip out your hand. I think it's very practical. As with HTC, I feel like Samsung are going in slightly the wrong direction with their cameras. They're sort of in that race just to increase the megapixel count, and this is not necessarily going to result in better quality images. The focus here, excuse the pun, should be on getting a wider angle lens and a sensor that captures more light. And last but not least, I feel that Samsung should just come out with one flagship model. I think that their lineup is already getting pretty confusing as it is, with the A series looking very promising, the Note series getting more powerful, and now the S6 and S6 Edge sort of taking the mainstream segment. You know, for the average consumer, it's very convoluted. I feel like Samsung should have two flagship devices throughout the year. There's Samsung Galaxy S, and then there's Samsung Galaxy Note, and they should make that very clear. So if they want to put a curved display on it, by all means put a curved display and put it on the flagship device. I don't feel like anyone would not buy the device for that. If anything, it's just an added benefit. Anyway guys, that's it from me. I'm seriously excited for the Samsung Galaxy